Okay, so in last class, adjoint of a matrix and inverse of a matrix was completed now. Okay, if we revise some properties, then properties of adjoint of a matrix is A into adjoint of A is always equals to det A into I. Multiply any matrix with adjoint matrix, you will get det A into I, or multiply adjoint of A into A, also you will get det A into I. Okay na, adjoint of A into B is equals to adjoint of B into adjoint of A. Adjoint of A transpose is equals to adjoint of A whole transpose. Adjoint of A power n is equals to adjoint of A whole power n. Adjoint of K into A is equals to, where K is any constant, is equals to K power n minus 1 adjoint of A. Okay, where n is order of the matrix. Okay na. Adjoint of A inverse is equals to adjoint of A whole inverse. Okay na. Adjoint of A, determinant of adjoint A is det A power n minus 1. Okay. Adjoint of adjoint A, determinant of adjoint A is equals to det A power n minus 1 square. Okay, like this. And properties of inverse. Properties of inverse of a matrix are A inverse inverse. Inverse of A inverse is equals to A. Okay na. A into A inverse and A inverse into A, that is always equals to I. Okay. A into B inverse is equals to B inverse into A inverse. A power n inverse equals to A inverse power n inverse of A transpose is equals to transpose of A inverse. Okay. And determinant of A inverse is equals to 1 by determinant of A. Okay. And diagonal, if A is any diagonal matrices A, B, C 0 0 0 0 0 0, then A inverse is also a diagonal matrix, which is A power minus 1 0 0 0 B power minus 1, it means 1 by B 0 0 C power minus 1, it means take the inverse of diagonal element. Okay na. And formula of A inverse is adjoint of A by det A. Okay na. Any matrix is said to be invertible if determinant of that matrix is not equals to 0, because in denominator in formula we have determinant of A, in denominator it can't be equals to 0 na. Okay. So this is the condition to become a invertible matrix. Condition is determinant should not be equals to 0. Okay. Okay, now write a question. If determinant of A equals to 5, then find value of determinant of adjoint of 4A. Okay, we want determinant of this one. Okay, see, can you find? Okay, try. Find value of determinant of adjoint of 4A. Okay, now see, we want determinant of adjoint of 4A. First, this is the adjoint of here order of A is 3, where A is a matrix of order 3. Okay na. Now this is like adjoint of K into A. Adjoint of K into A is K power n minus 1 into adjoint of A. So 4 power n minus 1. N is the order is 3, so 4 power 2 into adjoint of A. Okay, now this is 16 adjoint of A. Now we know that determinant of K into any matrix A is equals to K power n determinant of A. So determinant of 16 of into adjoint A is equals to 16 power n. N is order of adjoint A is equals to order of A, that is 3, into determinant of adjoint A, and determinant of adjoint A is equals to det A power n minus 1. N is 3, it means 2. So final answer is 16 power 3 into 5 power 2. Okay, you can multiply this. Okay, right, second question. If AB is equals to B and BA is equals to A, then A square plus B square is A null matrix, B identity matrix, C A minus B, and D A plus B. Okay, we want value of A square plus B square either in terms of A and B, or in simplified form it means identity or null matrix. Okay, now see, it is given that AB is equals to B and BA is equals to A. Okay, now here what we want, A square plus B square. Okay, if you multiply this one with B, then what you will get, B square. Okay, that you want na. So I am multiplying this one with B, B A B equals to B into B become B square. Okay, or I am writing B into B. Now see, this BA can be written as A, B into A can be written as AB, and this is B square, and this AB can be written as B. So we are getting that B square is equals to B. Okay, now BA, multiply this one with A to get A square. If you multiply with A into B into A into A is A square. Now this AB can be written as B, and this BA can be written as A. So we are getting that A square is equals to A and B square is equals to B. Therefore A square plus B square is equals to A plus B. Okay, so D1 is the correct answer. Write down. Okay. Okay, right, next. Find inverse of matrix A is equals to 0 1 3 2 1 1 6 5 3. Find inverse of matrix this one. Okay na, but 1 minute. Any matrix is said to be invertible if determinant of that matrix is not equals to 0. So first I have to find the determinant of A. Okay na, then we can decide now. If determinant of A is equals to 0, then we can't find the inverse of matrix A. Okay na, then A is non-invertible matrix. Now determinant of A, suppose this is the determinant of A. Okay na, just replace matrix with the determinant. Now expand this one, I am expanding with respect to R1. Okay, so 0 multiplied by its cofactor becomes 0, then for 1 sign is negative. Okay, hide the corresponding row and column, then 6 minus 6, okay, 6 minus 6 again 0, then for this one sign is plus 3, hide the corresponding row and column, 10 minus 6, okay, 10 minus 6. So what we are getting? We are getting the determinant of A is equals to 12, which is not equals to 0. Okay, if determinant of A is not equals to 0, then inverse is defined. Okay, now find the inverse. A inverse, formula of A inverse is adjoint of A by date A. So first I have to find the adjoint of A. Adjoint of A, how to get adjoint of any matrix? Simple. First replace every element with corresponding cofactor and then take inverse, then take transpose of that. Okay, so adjoint of A is transpose of a matrix, okay, found by replacing the every element with its corresponding cofactor. Now find the cofactor of 0. Okay, 3 minus 5 minus 2. Sign for this element is plus, so minus 2. Okay, now replace 1 with its cofactor, hide corresponding row and column, then you will get value of minor, that is 6 minus 6, 0. Okay, sign for this one is negative, but 0 becomes 0. Now for 3, hide corresponding row and column, 10 minus 6, okay, 4. Sign for this one is plus minus plus, okay, so 4. Now for 2, hide corresponding row and column, 3 minus 15. 3 minus 15 is minus 12, and sign for this one plus then minus, so minus minus become plus 12. Now cofactor for this one is hide corresponding row and column, 0 minus 18 then minus 18, and sign for this one plus minus plus, so it become minus 18 as it is. Okay, na? If we are getting minus sign, then change the sign. Okay, now for 1, 0 minus 6 minus 6, but sign for this one is plus minus plus again minus, so minus 6 into minus become plus 6. Okay, now for 6, 1 minus 3 minus 2, sign is positive, so minus 2. Okay, for this one 0 minus 6 but negative sign, so plus 6. Okay, and for 3, 0 minus 2 minus 2, positive sign, so become negative. Okay, so adjoint of A. Now take transpose of this one, minus 2, 0, 4, 12, minus 18 and 6, minus 2, 6, minus 2. Okay, this is the adjoint of A. Now A inverse is equals to 1 by date A into adjoint of A. Okay, date A is equals to 12. Divide this one with the 12, minus 2, 12 minus 2, 0 minus 18, 6, 4, 6, minus 2. I can divide by 2 because I can take common 2 from this matrix, then we are getting 1 by 6, minus 1, 0, 2, 6, minus 9, 3, and minus 1, 3, minus 1. Okay, okay, write down. Okay, so we easily can find the inverse of any matrix. Okay, na? Can I have? Okay, now next is system of equation. Okay, na? System of equation also we had taken by using Cramer rule, no? Okay, same thing, but at this time with the help of matrices. Okay, so system of equation. At this time matrix method. Suppose we have a system of equation a1x plus b1y plus c1z equals to d1, a2x plus b2y plus c2z equals to d2, a3x plus b3y plus c3z equals to d3. Okay, I want to solve this system of equation by using the matrix. Okay, it means I want to find for value of x, y, z by using matrix. Okay, solve for x, y, z by using matrices. Okay, now how to solve? Now actually, can I convert the system of equation in terms of matrix? Okay, now see, first I am making a matrix by using coefficients a1, a2, a3, b1, b2, b3, c1, c2, c3. Okay, now a matrix containing variables x, y, z. Okay, actually now I want to write this system of equation in terms of matrices. Okay, so here if you write any matrix, if you write these in terms of matrix, then what you will get? You will get a matrix of 3 by 1 order. Okay na, d1, d2, d3. So this product matrix must be 3 by 1 na. Okay, this is 3 by 3 and then we want answer as 3 by 1, so this must be 3 by 1 na, and this becomes same, and order of the product matrix is 3 by 1, then they may be equal. Okay, and actually if you solve na this equation, okay, then you will get same as these three. See how this a into b is equals to c, like this na. Okay, now this is 3 by 3, this is 3 by 1, product matrix is 3 by 1. Okay na, 3 by 1. Then a11 is first row first column, a1x plus b1y plus c1z equals to d1, first equation. Okay, then a21 is second row first column, a2x plus b2y plus c2z equals to d2, second equation. Okay, then a3x plus b3y plus c3z equals to d3. So actually this equation and this one both are same thing. Okay na, only one difference that this is in terms of matrices. Okay, now I am assuming that matrix formed by the coefficient is A. Okay, I am assuming this matrix as A, and this is the matrix formed by variable. Okay, so I am assuming this one as capital X, and suppose the matrix formed by the constant terms is equals to B. Okay, so this is the equation A into X equals to B, and what you want? Value of variable. It means in this one you want this matrix. We want this matrix now. If you are getting this matrix, then we are getting value of x, y, z. Okay, so here view Ax equals to B. Okay, now what we want? We want value of x. X is the variable matrix. Huh? Okay, so we want value of x. Then here, how can we reduce this A? Simple. Multiply with adjoint A, because adjoint A into A become det A into I, and det A is only constant value. Okay, so I am multiplying with adjoint of A. Adjoint of A into x. Here also I am multiplying with adjoint of A into B. Okay, now adjoint of A into A can be written as det A into I into x. Okay, adjoint of A into B. Now I into x is equals to x. I into any matrix become that matrix na, and determinant of A is constant value, so I can divide by this one. Okay, so if you divide by determinant of A, what you will get? Adjoint of A into B by det A. So this is the matrix containing variable. Okay na, if you are getting value of this matrix, actually na, adjoint A is a matrix, B is also a matrix, product is a matrix, A into B, AB is product matrix by any constant become matrix. Okay, so by using this formula you will get the value of this variable matrix. First element is x, second is the value of y, and third is the value of z. Okay, and also now you can either write this one as C, adjoint of A by det A can be written as A inverse. Okay, and into B. So actually x is equals to A inverse B. Remember, x is equals to A inverse B, not B into A inverse. Okay, also you can get this one directly from this equation. See here what we have, ax equals to b. But why I am not getting directly, because here I am not writing now that determinant value of determinant of this one is either 0 or not. Okay, but see, if determinant of a, if I have determinant of a is not equals to 0, then I can multiply with the a inverse, because a inverse is only defined, a inverse is only defined if determinant of a is not equals to 0. Okay, then if determinant of a is not equals to 0, then multiply with a inverse on both sides. A inverse ax equals to a inverse b. Now a inverse into a is I into x is x equals to a inverse b. Directly also we are getting now, but remember x is equals to a inverse b, not b into a inverse, because matrix product is not commutative now. Okay. Okay, so here we are getting value of x. Now again, in Cramer rule, we have seen that by using the value of determinant del 1, del 2, del 3, we can identify that a system of equation has one solution, no solution, or infinite solution. So in this one, how can we identify that we have no solution or unique solution or infinite solution? Okay, so for that first write down this one. Okay, na? Then I will take system of equation, how to find the number of solution. Okay, but if you want to solve the system of equation by using matrix method, then this is the formula: x is equals to a inverse b, where a is the matrix formed by coefficient of x, y, z, b is the matrix formed by constant terms. Okay, na? Okay, we will take questions, but first write down. Okay, Kenaraf. Now see how to identify that we have no solution, unique solution, or infinite solution. See. What we have, system of equation. Okay, na? And here value of x, what we get, x is equals to adjoint of a into b by det a, that we are getting na. Okay, now see, now number of solution is initially depend on value of del, determinant of a. If determinant of a is not equals to 0, okay, if determinant of a is not equals to 0, in denominator we have non-zero value, then no problem, always you will get unique matrices. Okay, now because adjoint a into b is always defined na, you are getting adjoint a into b, then divide by any non-zero value, then okay, we are getting a unique matrix. If you are getting unique matrix, it means we are getting unique value of x, unique value of y, unique value of z. Okay, then unique solution. Same as in Cramer rule. In Cramer rule, determinant is not equals to 0, then unique solution. Actually, the determinant is determinant formed by the coefficient of x, y, z. Determinant of a is also same thing, na? Okay. If determinant of a is not equals to 0, then we have unique solution. And to solve the system of equation, you can use any method. Either you can use determinant method or matrix method. Okay, na? From both you will get same values always. Okay, and also from both we can identify that we have 0 solution, 1 solution, or infinite solution. Okay, but maximum time we will use determinant method. Okay, unique solution, and that unique solution x is equals to a inverse b. Okay, now if determinant of a is equals to 0, if determinant of a equals to 0 and adjoint of a into b, this is also 0. Okay, this is equals to 0 and this one is null matrix, this product is null matrix, then what we are getting, 0 by 0 form. If we are getting 0 by 0 form, then how many solution we have? Infinite solution. So determinant of a equals to 0 and this one is also 0, it means adjoint of a into b is also equals to 0. Then we have 0 by 0, 0 it means 0 matrix. Okay, na? Then we have 0 by 0 form, 0 by 0 it means infinite solution, then infinite solution. Okay, but again in case of infinite solution we have a exception. Okay, now when we have all these three parallel plane, If planes are parallel, then you will get that this one is 0, this one is also 0, but they have no solution, because if you have 3 parallel plane, then they can't intersect. If they can't intersect, then how you will get the solution of these 3 equation, because solution is the point of intersection always, na. Okay, so exception, but maximum time if you are satisfying both condition, then you have infinite solution. Okay, but I am writing exception. If your equation like this one, x plus 2y plus 3z equals to 4, x plus 2y plus 3z equals to 5, x plus 2y plus 3z equals to 6. Okay, na. Actually, if these coefficient of variables are same but they are different, okay, in that case you have no solution. This is the case of parallel plane. Okay, na. Parallel plane. Okay, but no solution. Okay, there is no solution in this case. Okay, now suppose if determinant of a equals to 0, in denominator we have 0 but numerator is non-zero. Okay, adjoint of a into b is not a null matrix. If determinant of a is 0 but adjoint of a into b is not a null matrix, then non-zero by 0 is always infinity. You can't allow this one as solution, no? Then no solution. Okay. Okay, so write down. Okay, after this one we have last topic, that is characteristic equation. Okay, na? So today this chapter will be completed. Okay, so first we will take theory, remaining part of theory. After that we will take some questions and this chapter will be completed from my side. Okay, now Canara. Now write next characteristic equation. Okay, only this is the topic remaining now. 1 minute. Yeah, after this one, yeah. Characteristic equation. Equation of a square matrix. Characteristic equation of a square matrix. Actually, suppose if you have any matrix A and you want to write the characteristic equation of this matrix, okay, then just simply do one thing, find the value of determinant of A minus lambda I equals to 0. Find the value of determinant of A minus lambda I, then you will get a equation in terms of lambda. That is known as characteristic equation of this matrix A. Okay, well, lambda is a scalar quantity. Okay, na? So if you want characteristic equation of any matrix, just simply solve this one. If you find the determinant of A minus lambda I, then you will get a n degree. If order of A is n, then you will get n degree polynomial equation. That is known as characteristic equation of matrix A. Okay. See, suppose A is a matrix of n by n order. Okay, na? Then A minus lambda I is simple. Suppose first I am taking 3 by 3 for example. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. This is A minus lambda I. I is 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0. Multiply with lambda. Lambda 0, 0, lambda 0, 0, 0, lambda. So if you subtract, what you will get? A minus lambda, B remains same, C remains same, D remains same, E minus lambda, and F remains same, G, H, I minus lambda. You will get like this one. Okay, this one you will get now, and you want determinant of this one. Okay, we want determinant. Now this is the characteristic. If you solve this one, then you will get polynomial equation in terms of lambda na, that is known as characteristic equation of this matrix. Okay, now obviously if you expand this one, then highest power of lambda is 3, because na in this term, this one, in this one you will get lambda into lambda into lambda, lambda power 3, highest power of lambda 3. Actually highest power of lambda is equals to order of the matrix. If you have 4 by 4 matrix, then here we have fourth element also na. Okay, so if you have 3 by 3 matrix, then you will get highest power of lambda is lambda power 3. If you have 4 by 4, lambda power 4. Okay, if you have n by n, then lambda power n. Okay, so in general, suppose I am assuming that A is a matrix of n by n order. Elements are a11, a12, ann, a1n, a21, a22, a23, a2n, an1, an2, an3, ann, like this one. Now if you find the determinant of A minus lambda, then you will get like this one. Determinant A minus lambda I. Okay na, I is identity matrix, multiply with lambda, then subtract, then you will get a11 minus lambda, a12 remains same, a13 remains same, and at the end a1n. Then here you will get a21, here you will get a22 minus lambda, then a2n. Okay, similarly at the end an1, an2, and at last we will get ann minus lambda equals to 0. Now if you expand this determinant, okay, then you will get a polynomial at this side na. Okay, can you find the highest power of lambda? Obviously n. When you find value of this determinant, then this one, in one term you will get these all as product now, and this complete product, if you multiply lambda into lambda into lambda, all lambda, okay, then what you will get? Lambda power n, because we have total these n terms. So if you expand this one, then highest power of lambda you will get as n. Suppose coefficient of lambda power n is alpha n. Okay, then after that, suppose coefficient of lambda power n minus 1 is alpha n minus 1. Okay na, these coefficient I am taking from my side. Okay, similarly, okay, I am writing only one thing, that if you expand this one, then you will get an equation in this form, lambda alpha n minus 2 lambda power n minus 2. Okay, at the end you will get alpha 1 lambda plus alpha 0 equals to 0. Now this is the polynomial equation in terms of lambda, okay, of degree n. This is the polynomial equation of degree n, and this is known as characteristic equation of matrix A. Okay na? So if you solve this one, then you will get equation in this form, and this is known as characteristic equation of matrix A. Now in this one, actually by using the characteristic equation of any matrix, you can find two values. First one is the trace of that matrix A, and second one is the determinant of that matrix A. Okay, what you can find? You can find two values, trace and determinant. Okay, that we have to write in this characteristic equation. Sum of root represent trace of matrix A. Okay, sum of root represent trace of matrix A, and product of root and product of roots represent determinant of A. If you find the sum of root of this one, then we'll get value of trace of A. Trace, it means sum of diagonal element of A. It means A11 plus A22 plus A33 up to ANN. Obviously, actually in this one, if you expand, then find the sum of root is minus B by A. Okay, coefficient of lambda power n minus 1 by coefficient of lambda power n. Okay. So if you take any example, you can take 2 by 2 example or 3 by 3 determinant matrix example. If you take any example, then you will get that sum of root. Suppose if you are taking 3 by 3, A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3, this one as A. Okay, and for that, if you find the characteristic equation, then easily you can find the coefficient of lambda square. You can find sum of root now. Then if you find the sum of root for characteristic equation, okay, then you will get that is equals to A1 plus B2 plus C3. It means trace sum of the diagonal element of A. Okay, and product of root is, it means alpha into beta into gamma, that represent determinant, and product of root is always what we have, this one minus 1 power n into this one by this one. Okay, now at this time alpha power n, coefficient of lambda power n become either plus 1 or minus 1. Okay, so suppose this is equals to 1, so this is the value of determinant of A now. Okay, and also put lambda equals to 0 in this one. What you will get? If you put lambda equals to 0, what we are getting? These all become 0. We are getting value of this one as alpha 0, and put lambda equals to 0. What we are getting? Determinant of A. So alpha 0 is equals to determinant of A. Okay, just remember directly, or you can take any example to prove this one. And also one thing, every matrix always satisfy its characteristic equation. Okay, matrix A always satisfy its characteristic equation. It means you can replace lambda as A. Okay, see, if you replace lambda as A, then what we are getting? Alpha n A power n plus alpha n minus 1 A power n minus 1, like this one. At the end, alpha 1 replace lambda as A. Okay, and plus alpha 0. Now anytime if you are putting matrix in characteristic equation, now you can't write only alpha 0, because these all terms are matrices and this is only constant value. Okay, so write this one as always alpha 0 into I equals to 0. Okay, if this is the characteristic equation of matrix A, then A always satisfy this one. It means this one has always become 0. 0, it means null matrix. Okay, write down. Okay, write fast, then we will take question based on this one. Now Kenara, okay, how can I say that A always satisfy the characteristic equation? If you want proof for this one, then see. Here we have that A minus lambda I equals to 0. Okay, in this one, this is the value of this equation. No? Okay, now what we are doing? We are replacing lambda with A. Now try as replacing the lambda as A. If you replace lambda as A, what we are getting? Det A minus A into I is A equals to 0. And obviously this one is true. Determinant of null matrix is always equals to 0. It means satisfying, na? Okay. Okay, write down. Done. Write a question. So that matrix A is equals to 2 3 1 2 satisfy equation a square minus 4a plus I equals to 0. Using this, find A inverse. Okay, now I want to prove that this matrix A is satisfying this one. Now you have two options to prove this one. Either first find A square, put value of A square A and I in this equation. Okay, now if you have A, then you can find A square by using A into A. You can find now. Okay, also we have value of A, so put the values in LHS. You will get that this sum and difference of matrices is equals to null matrix. Okay, this is the one option, but now I am using another. Now see, I want to prove that this square matrix satisfies this equation. Okay, and we know that every square matrix always satisfies its characteristic equation. Okay, now so first I can find the characteristic equation of the matrix A, because A always satisfies the characteristic equation. Okay, now so see, and also this is 2 order and this is 2 by 2, so characteristic equation you will get of 2 degree. Okay, characteristic equation of A. How to get characteristic equation of any matrix A? By using A minus lambda I equals to 0, determinant of this one. Okay, determinant A minus lambda I, this is A into lambda into I is 1 0 0 1. Okay, now same order of identity matrix. So if you take A minus lambda I, what you will get? First element is 2 minus lambda, this is 3 1 and 2 minus lambda. If you solve, then what you will get? Characteristic equation of matrix A. Then this one into this one, 2 minus lambda square and minus this one equals to 0. If you expand, lambda square minus 4 lambda plus 4 minus 3 plus 1 equals to 0. Okay, this is the characteristic equation of matrix A. And also you can check two results. Results are, first result is sum of root represent trace of A. Sum of root, can you find sum of root of this equation? Yeah, minus b by a, 4 4. Sum of root is alpha plus beta is equals to 4. Okay, na? And this 4 is equals to trace, this one plus this one. Sum of the diagonal element is equals to trace, na? That is equals to 4. This is equals to trace of A. Product of root is alpha into beta is c by a, 1. Now find determinant. 4 minus 3 1. This is equals to determinant of A. So sum of root represent trace of A and product of root represent determinant of A. Okay, this is the characteristic equation. Now every matrix always satisfy characteristic equation. So replace lambda as A. Then what we are getting? A square minus 4A. Now you can't write I, 1. At the place of 1 we have to write 1 into I. So I equals to 0. Now obviously, now okay, hence proved, na, A square minus 4A plus I equals to 0. Also you have alternate, first find A square and put the values. Okay, you will get that this this one minus this one plus this one become null matrix. Okay, here alpha plus beta is equals to, from this one, 4, that is equals to trace of A, and alpha into beta is c by a, 1, that is equals to determinant of A. Okay, sum of root represent trace of A and product of root represent determinant of A. Okay, write down. Can I? Okay, 1 minute. Second part of this one. Using this, find A inverse. Okay, na? This is done, na? So using this, I have to find A inverse. Now see how to use the characteristic equation or this equation to find A inverse. See, it is given that A square minus 4A plus I equals to 0, and by using this one you want value of A inverse. Okay, I want inverse of the matrix A. Now to find the inverse by using any equation in terms of matrix, first find the value of I. Okay, then I is equals to 4a minus a square. Then what you want? We want a inverse, so multiply with a inverse if determinant of a is not equals to 0, and also a inverse is only defined when determinant is not equals to 0 now, so obviously multiply with a inverse. If you multiply with a inverse into I. Now here a inverse into 4a, but 4 is constant, so outside a inverse into a minus a inverse into a square can be written as a into a. Okay, a inverse into I into any matrix become that matrix. A inverse into a is I, 4i, and minus a inverse into a is I into a is a. Okay, so this is the value of a inverse. Now put value. 4i is 4004 and a is 2312. So if you find the values, then what you will get? You get 2 minus 3 and minus 1 and 2. This is a inverse. Okay. If you find the a inverse by using formula, also you will get same answer. Okay, na? Write down. Okay, can I rub? Now next, solve the following system of equation by matrix method. Okay, 2x plus 5y equals to 1, 3x plus 2y equals to 7. Okay, there is only two variable. Okay, no problem. So first I am assuming a, b and x. I am assuming matrix A formed by the coefficient 2, 5, 3, 2. Then x formed by the variable x, y, and b formed by the constant term 1, 7. Okay. Now you can find determinant of a, that is equals to 4 minus 15, not equals to 0. Okay. Now I can write these equation in terms of matrix ax equals to b. If you find ax equals to b, you will get same equation. Okay. Now what we want? X. Multiply with a inverse. If you multiply with a inverse, x is equals to a inverse into a is I into x is x, a inverse b. Okay. Now what do we want? We want a inverse and b. So equation number 1, find a inverse. How to get a inverse? Adjoint of a by date a. So first date a is 4 minus 15. Okay, what we are getting? Minus 11. And adjoint of a. How to get adjoint of a? This is 2 by 2, so directly I can get. Interchange these two, 2 and 2, and change the sign of these, minus 5, minus 3. Okay, then put values. So a inverse is 1 by date a into adjoint of a, 2 minus 5 minus 3 and 2. Okay, I can multiply minus inside, then 1 by 11 minus 2, 5, 3 and minus 2. Okay, now put value in this one. X is equals to a inverse 1 by 11 minus 2, 5, 3 minus 2. Okay, and b is 1, 7. Okay, now find the product. 1 by 11, 2 by 2 and 2 by 1. Okay, product matrix is of 2 by 1. So A11, it means P11, first row, first column, minus 2 and plus 35. Then what we are getting? 33. Okay, then for this one, second row, first column, 3 and minus 14. So minus 11. Okay, x is x, y. divide with 11, what we are getting? 3 minus 1. So from this one we are getting x equals to 3, y equals to minus 1. Okay, so we can use matrix method to solve the determinant. Okay, write down. Okay, so now what we have remaining? Nothing. Okay, one thing is also there, that is the differentiation of determinant. Differentiation of determinant. Let we have any determinant as fx, gx, f1x, g1x, h1x, f2x, g2x, h2x, and f3x, g3x, and h3x. Now if you want to differentiate this determinant, okay, then you have two options. First option, this is in terms of x. Now it means at the end you will get function of x. Okay, first one is first expand this one and then differentiate. Okay, and second option is first differentiate and then you can expand. Okay, now see, if you want to first expand then differentiate, then directly you can do. Okay, but if you want to differentiate as determinant, then how to differentiate? When we are differentiating any determinant, remember one thing, that at a one time you can differentiate only either one row or one column. Okay, you have to choose any one, either you have to choose row or column. Okay, if you are choosing row, so at a one time you can differentiate only one row. It means simple thing, when you will differentiate first row, then these two will be remain constant. When you differentiate second row, then first and third remain constant. When you differentiate third row, then first and second remain constant. So derivative of this one can be written as, first I am differentiating first row. You can also choose column, doesn't matter. Okay, so f1 dash x, z1 dash x, and h1 dash x. Now these two remain same, f2x, g2x, h2x, f3x, g3x, and h3x. Okay, now next time I can differentiate this one. When we differentiate this one, then first and third remain constant. It means first and third as it is, f1x, z1x, h1x, and third one f3x, z3x, and h3x remain constant, and differentiate second one, then f2x dash of this one, g2x dash, and h2x dash. Okay, and at the end when you differentiate this one, first and second remain constant, f1x, g1x, h1x, f2x, g2x, h2x. Now differentiate third one, f3 dash x, z3 dash x, h3 dash x. Okay, in this way you can differentiate any determinant. Okay, done. In next lecture we will start the next chapter. Okay, bye.